Welcome everybody, Pro Spartan Gamer, PGA 2K 23, and my third course, and this one is going to be called the Battlefields of Sparta on the Delta theme. We've already done one video on this and we've shown you the landscape and how we sculpted it and started picking some sort of landscape and how we're going to start the holes. I've done 3 holes I'm going to show you so far, and obviously since I last recorded we have got this heavy rough tool that's come out that is a game changer really, especially on the Delta theme. I'll just show you at the moment. It's in sculpt and it's clear generated heavy rough, so as always you select a brush size. You can make it bigger and smaller, etc. And you can also change the opacity. At the moment we've got on 26. I'll just show you what it does on this grass. Takes a bit of it off and then gives you quite a good effect if you want to expose the rocks and that underneath, which on a course like this you certainly would want to, because it's a barren, derelict sort of looking course. If you go 400 it takes it right back, but I'm just had a bit of a play with it, and probably around the 26 to sort of maybe, I don't know, 40 sort of range is where you want to be really, so you leave a little bit of grass and it sort of looks quite nice. So we're going to be using that a lot on this course, I think, now to try and get the sort of rugged look. I've decided that I'm putting no buildings or anything on this, just 1 or 2 maybe little shelters, and there's not going to be any crowd seating or anything. It's basically, this was where all the battles were had by the Spartans, the Brave 300, and the land is, you know, being destroyed basically. There's going to be a lot of dead trees about. We're using black locust trees, 1 or 2 other trees like that, and it's going to be green and brown. And we're going to see a lot of sort of quarry areas like this with holes carved in them and that. Anyway, let's get to the first. So the first, I say, we're only going to have 1 tee as well. We're not going to have the 3 tee selection and all that nonsense. Well, it's not nonsense if you want proper courses, but on this one, so there might be some waterfalls. There will be some water because obviously we have got some water in this one, and there might be some rocks, but it's basically going to be come along, put your money in a charity tub somewhere, and it's free for everybody to come and play. Take your chances on the battlefield of Sparta, and hopefully you are more successful about walking off this land than lots of men that died and had their guts spread across it over the years. So yeah, first shot, par 4, 448 yards. So decent starting hole. We've got some planting here, nice little ravine across there with a few trees growing out of the water. We've got the waterfall, fairway, and what we've done on this, we have sculpted right into the land to make the bunkers. That's what I'm going to do on the whole of the course. So the bunkers are going to be deep, and if you land here in the wrong spot, the fairway is obviously going to take it on in there and it's going to be a bit more awkward. So planting on the banks, like I said, we've got these burnt sort of tree offerings, this like orange burnt tree looking colour. We're going to use some of them. We're going to use some grasses, and then you're going to land somewhere here, and then you've got a shot in over a quarry area, rough terrain, hidden green, and then the green is sunken in this face just around here. If we pan around here you'll probably see it better. Let's move that and get that out of the way. So we've got a lovely green set in this, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like a little quarry area. Again, bunkers really sunk in, and with, obviously, I've done this before the rough tool come out, but obviously the rock in the delta when you cut into it is a really good look. Exactly the look I was looking for this sort of course, I think. Tricky greens on this course. We're going to make them tricky. We're going to make it a challenge, hopefully. So that's the first nice starting hole, and then you just walk across here, bit of parched landscape, to the second, which is one of my as Brian would say, Toon Gamer, my famous par threes, and there you can see it. 200 yard par 3, downwind, downhill. Again, across some rough terrain, and it's a mixture of bunkers that have been cut in, but also natural hazards. Like this dip here is a natural hazard in the ground. We've sunk some stones and that in there, you can see some parched grasses we've planted randomly, some dead trees and stuff, and over here we've got a little bit before it drops down a massive bank. If you overshoot a load on the back of here, you're going to be in big trouble trying to get back out of there, and in here it's not going to be easy. So another nice green, might add some more deviation in here yet. It's pretty flat in that bit. We're not going to go mad, but we probably might make it, because if you land on there, it's basically a straightforward putt from any range. So we definitely will do something with that. We've got some lovely areas around. We've got some birds flying around and stuff as well. So that's the second. We've also done the third, and this is what I mean about little shelters. This is all I'm going to put in things like this. Just an odd one by the tee. So again, elevated tee box. This at the moment is saying a par 5, but I'm pretty sure, even though it's 511 yards, I am going to change this to a par 4, because you're easy going to get it in 2, and I think if you can easily get there in 2 without using a wood or having a challenge for the second shot, then it shouldn't be a par 5. So this one we will be changing to a par 5. In fact, just thinking where we do it to. Par hole 3 settings will be a par 4. They are changed now straight off the bat. So it's a par 4, 500 yards. Yes, it's a long one. It's going to be a tough one, but fairly simple drive. Again, we've got some bunkers sunk in. We've got dead trees, black locusts. Landing area here is tight, but it's not ridiculously tight. If you want to try and get closer, then you've got these two sat in there. And then we've got a little oasis in the distance there that you can just see. You've got to go over, and you don't want to be searching for your ball in there, otherwise you're going to be like Chubbs off Happy Gilmore and losing a couple digits, because these crocodiles, he's got his mouth open, he's ready for you. Don't want to be taking a piss in that oasis and someone comes along and bites your jimmer off, you would be in trouble. Anyway, what we leave from here, you're left with probably, long iron, probably going to be a hybrid or something in over this small oasis. Another lovely green cut away in here, some natural hazards again, a couple real deep bunkers sunk right in. Tiered green, got a couple levels on this green. Let's get off that, you'll see it better. So you've got tiered, we're going to again, we haven't really made that half of the green a little bit harder, but we probably will. So that's the third, looking back up through the wasteland. And then we're looking at where to start with the fourth. We are going to head into that hilly mass now with a fourth somewhere. So we may end up with a tee up here. You can already see across here there's some lower points, there's some higher points here. We could cut one. Probably going to be some, like, look at that in there. If you go into there and was to cut a green into there, I don't know how far that would be from teeing off on that hump. Let's just have a look on the measuring stick here before I leave you. So from here, if you were to come in and cut it into there, you're looking around 500 yards. You could make a really nice hole there, landing around here and then trying to go into there. So that could be a possibility for the fourth. This is what I tend to do. I tend to just have a look at areas that I would like to make the hole go from, and then stick a measuring stick in, see if you made it a slight dog leg and then went from there and then back into there, what would that be? So in total would be quite a long hole, maybe a par 5. Risk and reward, maybe make that slightly bigger there, that bit of water, I don't know. We'll have a look, and then in around here we can make some nice par 3s and one thing and another across these valleys. before we probably come back round and move down to these wetter lands for a period. I like to have the course. If you've played my previous two courses, Arenas of Sparta and the River of Leonardus, then you'll know there's like sections in each course. Like you get a block of 3 or 4 or 5 holes, same sort of theme within the course, and that's what I like to do, and that's what I should be doing again here. So like I say, you're going to have some in the highlands, in the foothills where some of the real battles took place. I'd love to be able to perhaps make, like on one of the highest points, loads of stones look like a ruin, and that's a lovely little place out there for a hole, I'd have thought. Make a load of ruins that look like a fort or a hill fort from battles and stuff like that. Maybe try and make some sort of like old harbours or something, looking where they used to dock the boats before they came into battle. That'd be quite cool. So anyway, that's what we're doing. That's about it for this video, but you know, first 3 holes pretty much done. A little bit of tweaking to be done on them. Don't forget to check out my other videos on this course and also on previous courses that I made, Arenas of Sparta and the River of Leonardus. And don't forget to check out some playthroughs that people have been doing on the courses. Toon Gamer has done one on the Arenas of Sparta, and he's also done quite a in-depth one on the River of Leonardus with flyovers and that. And also B Dan has also done a playthrough on both. Appreciation to both of those two. Yeah, really enjoying the design on here, and I'm really excited about this course. We may also look at doing a updated version of the Rock of Leonardus, which is on the desert theme, or maybe now with the brush tool we could do it on the Delta theme. We'll have to have a think about that. If you'd like to see that, then leave comments please. See you soon, dudes. Cheers, thanks for joining.